Hello, this is Dave Wright. I'm the chairman of Victor Hiking Trails, and today we're going to take a little walk on the Auburn Trail in Fishers, New York, all the way to Powder Mill Park. So I hope you enjoy this. So again, this is the Auburn Trail. We're coming into the hamlet of Fishers. This was a very big railroad area back in the day. Started in 1845, and around 1900 they had a lot of traffic in Victor, in Fishers, and it was quite the sight. This is a waiting station from the trolley trail. It was not located on the Auburn Trail, it was over on the trolley trail, but we didn't have a very good place to store it. So we placed it here, thanks to the Fishers Fire Department for allowing us to put it on their property. A little more information about the trolley. It was called the Rochester and Eastern Rapid Railway. It was built in 1903 and ran until the early 1930s. You see ahead is the Fishers Fire Department. That's where the train station for Fishers used to be. And coming up next to us is a kiosk that was built as part of the grant that we got from the federal for creating the Auburn Trail, as well as the Lehigh Trail. Here you see a map of the town of Victor, and the red line going diagonally is the Auburn Trail. There's also a donation box here, so people can help us pay for the gas to maintain the trails in Victor, and a couple of interpretive signs that talk about the history of Victor and Fishers. And then you see a large cobblestone structure that was a pump house that took water from a little creek and sent it across Main Street, Fishers, where there was a water tower to take care of the water needs of the steam locomotives. Here's a better view of that historic pump house and information on when the railroad was built. This is a bench that was built by the Victor Hiking Trails as part of a grant to improve this section of the Auburn Trail. This metalwork was created by Mike Hauser, a Victor resident who is a professional blacksmith, tinsmith. It also doubles as a bike rack. Just ahead is Main Street, Fishers, and I'll add that the hamlet of Fishers is in the town of Victor, New York. At this point on the Auburn, the railroad had to cross Arundecoit Creek, and so you can see on either side the creek as it is today. This is looking to the west. We're heading north, and this is looking to the east. And here we have a typical bench along the trail. In 2008, the Town of Victor, the Village of Victor, the Victor Local Development Corporation, and Victor Hiking Trails applied for a federal grant to continue the Auburn Trail from Main Street Fishers to Powder Mill Park. And as part of the Victor Hiking Trails contribution to the project, we created these monuments that are replacements from the original ones. This indicates Syracuse is 88 miles from this point. That would help the engineers know where the train is at any one point in time, so they could hopefully stay on time. In 1955, under the interstate system, New York State built the Thruway. This is Interstate 90. At that time, the railroad was still active, so they had to build this bridge to allow the train to pass underneath the Thruway. In 2014, Victor Hiking Trails commissioned Emily Waldman to create a mural depicting what the railroad might have been back in 1845. So this shows a typical steam engine, coal car, a couple of passenger cars, and a caboose. So you see there's less and less detail as you go back on the mural. That was intentional. That was Emily's way of depicting what it was like to start out with an idea, a drawing, and finally the actual product. So we thank Emily and all of the other community helpers that created this wonderful mural. On the other wall, we see the beginnings of a new mural that will be depicting some of the history of Victor. This is being done by the Cobblestone Arts Center, students helping out the artist. After passing under the Thruway, the first road crossing you will come to is Fishers Road, and there is a small parking lot here for a couple of cars. This is the second place where the railroad had to go over Arundecoit Creek. You can see upstream and the downstream side. In addition to the concrete mile markers, there are also half-mile markers. So we are at 88.5 west of Syracuse. There is another kiosk, this one depicting the flora and fauna that you will see through Arundecoit Valley. Now we are coming to the last crossing of Arundecoit Creek. This one, the culvert was pretty much gone, so they had to build this steel bridge as part of the grant. Rather scenic area. Here you can see what is left of the original culvert. The next road crossing is the intersection of Railroad Mills Road and Probst Road. This was known as Railroad Mills, as the Arundecoit Creek was dammed up and used for different types of mill work. You can see by the interpretive sign all of the activities that were going on here back in the day. So this is Railroad Mills Road, and it takes a turn to the right. If you go straight, that's Probst Road. We are approaching the end of the section of the Auburn Trail in Victor. Here we are at mile marker 90. At this point, you have a choice. You can turn right to go to Powder Mills Park, or you can go straight into the town of Pittsford, where they are working on improving their section of the Auburn Trail to take it into Brighton and all the way to the city of Rochester. This is the way you would go to Powder Mill Park. There is a parking lot down at the end for several cars. So this concludes the northwest corner or section of the Auburn Trail. I hope you found it beneficial. Don't forget to give us a like and hopefully sign up for our YouTube channel, Victor Hiking Trails. Thanks for watching.